On Kochie's Business Builders, the rise of cybercrime and what you need to do to protect your data. We drop in on the world's most awarded winery, which even has a dedicated harvest for God. And how the Richard Branson of Iceland caught the eye of Christian Dior. Hello and welcome to Kochie's Business Builders. Earlier this year, new laws around data breaches came into effect, meaning businesses turning over more than $3 million a year now have to alert authorities and their clients if they get hacked. As a result, big businesses have invested in cybersecurity, but many small businesses are still at risk, mostly because of the cost, but also because they simply don't know how to protect themselves. It's an enormous risk for you and your business. So we've gone to the experts for the very best advice. Melbourne's TWB is an accounting and business advisory firm that's been operating for 50 years. Partner Chris Tanner is worried about the threat of cybercrime and now the regulatory risks associated with his business being hacked. Keen to get some advice on how to protect his business and client data, we sent in Steadfast insurance broker Brett Wiedemann, who specialises in cyber insurance policies.
All right, Chris, so tell me about your business. How did it all start?
TWB Chartered Accountants started back in 1967 with one person and one client. We do a whole range of accounting and tax services. We've got 4 directors, 16 staff, and in that we've got 17 qualified accountants. We've currently got 1,000 clients, and we lodge, on average, about 3,300 tax returns each year. We do business development and finance, corporate services.
When it comes to your clients, what type of industries do you focus on?
We've got clients in the building and construction industry, IT, farming, franchise, retail, professional services, medical and health, transport and logistics, and the timber industry.
So, Chris, what sorts of data do you and records do you keep on your clients and their businesses?
Brett, we keep personal and business information, and that can be tax file numbers, ABN numbers, dates of birth, full client names, financial reports, commercial contracts, even client data files.
What would happen if that data was hacked or leaked or held hostage?
To be honest, I'm an accountant, not IT. What actually is a data breach?
There are many forms of data breaches, and they, it could be as simple as someone emailing information to the wrong client. It's one form of it. Another form is around hacking. So there's cyber hacking where people can get into your email and they can pretend that they're someone else. And then another form of it as well is identity fraud. There have been many instances around the world where companies have been held to ransom. There was an example a couple of years ago in Perth where there was a general store. It was early morning, they'd come into the office and they realised that these hackers had got into their computers and they were unable to basically open their computers, open their tills because they'd been held for ransom. The hackers asked them to pay 25,000 Bitcoin to release, the data in their computer. So for a business like yours, hearing an example like that, what sort of impact would it have on your business?
Brett, it's having a massive impact. If we haven't got our programs, our software, we cannot operate. If we can't operate, we're not looking after our clients. And if we're not looking after our clients, they will go elsewhere. So It could be business destroying.
After the break, what a data breach might look like and how to deal with the attack. Did you know SMEs in general are heavily focused on expansion? When it comes to millennials, though, this growth mindset really ramps up. In fact, according to a NAB report, more than 66% of them intend to expand their business over the next 3 years compared to 45% of everyone else. Currently, 1 in 5 Australian SMEs are run by people aged between 18 and 35, and over 3/4 of them are between $100,000 and $1 million in size. And almost half of them haven't even been in business for 5 years yet. When it comes to the gender of millennial SMEs, the breakdown is equal. 50% run by females, 50% run by blokes. When you look at all other SMEs, only 36% are run by women. 1/4 of millennial SMEs are also focused on digital or online-only businesses, compared to just 12% of all SMEs. It's no surprise then that 1 in 5 plan to invest in new technology over the next 3 years. They also have higher revenue expectations for that period, which they plan to drive via digital marketing, such as social media. To read the full report, go to nab.com.au/insights. Welcome back to Kochie's Business Builders. This week, we're trying to help an accounting firm protect itself from a possible cyber attack. So let's head back to TWB in Melbourne to hear more about cyber criminals and how they try to attack. Cyber attacks were once the domain of elaborate plots in Hollywood blockbusters. Today, they're so common, anyone who's online is at risk, and the financial and legal implications can be just huge. We sent in Steadfast insurance broker Brett Thiedemann to chat with TWB partner Chris Tanner about ways he can reduce that risk.
Brett, I'm feeling a bit uneasy about what I've heard about cybercrime. Can you give me just a bit more detail about the extent of cybercrime and how bad it actually gets?
Well, over the last 12 months, there's been around 47,000 incidents in regards to cybercrime, and which has been an increase of 15% on the previous year. One of the scary statistics on it as well is that 60% of the small to medium to large businesses that have been hacked have basically had to close their doors within 6 months. So, Chris, if you are hacked, your clients aren't going to trust you. They'll go somewhere else. In the event that your business is hacked, it's really important to have the right risk management strategies in place. So that means working with your IT department to make sure that you've got the right antivirus and malware protection, as well as a cyber insurance policy to give you that extra peace of mind. Cyber security insurance covers you against the financial loss that you may get following a data breach or a data hack. The cyber insurance policy not only covers you for your loss, but it covers you for the third-party loss where they may sue you for breaching that data. Your business insurance policy will normally cover you for your contents, your building, and the computers. So when it comes to the data on your computer, that's where we need to consider a cyber insurance policy.
So, Brett, what does a cyber insurance policy look like for me?
Every cyber insurance policy is different, and that's why it's important to sit down with a Steadfast insurance broker who can help you with the particular requirements that you need. Many of the insurance policies on the market have what they call a cyber incident response team. So this team is 24/7. It includes forensic investigators, includes IT support people, legal people as well. In the event that your business is hacked, it's a real benefit to have these people that can help you out at this time. So having a cyber insurance policy will give you the peace of mind so you can get back to what you do best.
So there you have it. To protect your business from a cyber attack, be sure to have a strategy in place to deal with such an event. Back up your data on a regular basis and work out the right cyber insurance policy to protect yourself. Now to our Pillars of Success segment. And today, financial planner Claire McKay is talking about building wealth.
This week's Pillar of Success is creating financial freedom. Building wealth outside your business via an investment portfolio will give you financial freedom to follow your dreams. To build your wealth, develop a strategy which covers your risk tolerance, investment timeframe, The purpose of your portfolio, ownership structures such as trusts or corporate entities, use of debt and appropriate risk cover, contribution strategies, and portfolio construction. Importantly, structured regular reviews. Remember, just like building your business, you need a plan. It takes dedication, research, and ongoing maintenance to build wealth. There is no get-rich-quick scheme. The goal is to build lasting wealth, not just get a tax deduction for this year. It's never too early or too late developing a plan to build your wealth, which will transform your dreams to actions, aspirations to reality, securing your financial freedom.
Some really good advice there from Claire. After the break, top tips from the king of Icelandic glacial, the water that's so pure, Christian Dior even used it in a line of beauty products. That's next.
Hello, I'm Jón Ólafsson. I'm glad to be here. I started my business when I was 14 years old. I went from music to media to entertainment and among other things. And now I am the water boy. I bring Icelandic glacier water to the rest of the world. What I promised myself in the beginning was to be true to myself. Never make a promise that I couldn't keep to myself, because then you can't keep any promise to anybody else. When you want to achieve something, always go for the yes. It's so difficult to change a no to a yes. You might not be the best person to get the yes. Find the one who can do it for you if you can't do it yourself. An opportunity doesn't come along every day, but when it comes along, it's like a ball that comes pouncing down the alley, and if you don't grab it while it's next to you, it's gonna go on and somebody else is gonna grab it and run with it. So you gotta be a thinker, be quick, and understand what you have, and when you see it, grab it and go with it. Always surround yourself with very capable people. They have to be better than you, and then you will learn. That's the way to go forward. If you always hire people who will say yes to everything you say, you're not going to grow, you're not going to go anywhere.
Now to a third-generation family business which credits its success to sustainable farming and innovation. They are great entrepreneurs. Tailors Wines was the most awarded winery in the world last year and is planning to do it all again this year. In explaining their success, Clinton Taylor has some advice we can all use.
We've been in the liquor industry for 80 years. We were in hotels before we got into being vignerons, and we saw a opportunity to get into wine where we, for the hotels, couldn't find really great quality table wine. Also, we were importing some French wine from Bordeaux, so there was a real love and enthusiasm coming through, an appreciation of wine. And that was 50-odd years ago. We bought land in 1969 here in the Clare Valley, and the family planted up 400 acres of Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz grapes at the time. In our first vintage, which was a 73 red, the Cabernet Sauvignon won gold medals across all the national shows in Australia. So that really helped us get established. And from there, we invested in a sales team. And that really helped us expand and get our brand out to market. And people really appreciated the quality. So we've grown and grown. We've planted more varieties in the vineyard. We've gone to a lot more markets. We're now exporting to 40 countries around the world. I was here as a young fellow of 5, coming over, being here with my parents. I started within the company, worked outside of the company for a number of years, and that was what was encouraged within the family, to go and get some experience outside of the family company. And then if opportunity arose and individuals wanted to pursue a career within the family company, we could assess that. So a number of us have done that. We have vineyard around us, about 500 hectares of vines around us, so we've got to sustainably manage that resource. As I said, I'm part of the third generation, so we planned for the business to roll on to the next generation. So if we're not really looking after our land and what we do on this site, we're going to have issues. So we've got a water course running through the property. So we've got to look after the natural resource. So we continue to do that with our environmental endeavours and management of the property and plant. We've got some special barrels made for God, and that was partnership with the French barrel supplier. We've got a special parcel in the vineyard that we always know is superb fruit that goes to our premium wines, our Visionary and Pioneer wines at the top of our portfolio. So the barrel producers knew that we had a God vineyard, so they very much, in the spirit of partnership, made us barrels that have got Made for God written on them. And the emphasis is there that we feel the wine is that good that God would appreciate it and love it. So that's the story there.
I just love their story, and I have to say, being there at Tailors Wines in the Clare Valley is like being in heaven itself. It is such an inspiration, real entrepreneurial spirit.
Key to a successful website is understanding how your customers are using it. With this in mind, you can optimize your site's pages to convert more browsers into customers. A great tool to do this is Google Analytics. It's free, easy to configure, and very powerful. Once set up, try checking these metrics on a weekly basis. The audience reports show you how many people are visiting, how often they return, and their interests, gender, and where they're from. The behavior analytics track your most popular pages and how long people dwell on them. You can also see your top landing pages. Acquisition metrics reveal how people are discovering your site. Is it from search engines or Facebook, newsletters, or a paid campaign? Now be sure to check how many people browse your site with a mobile device versus a desktop PC. If this number is high, you may need to optimize your pages for those smaller screens. Now lastly, Google Analytics lets you set and track goals. You can even assign a dollar value to your goals, which is a great way to see if your site is giving you a good return on your investment.
Time now for Ask Kochie. This week, a gift hamper company got in touch wanting to know about custom branding and minimum delivery orders.
Hi Kochie, my name is Catherine Lakeland and I am the director of the Parcel Project. We're a premium gift hamper company based in country Victoria. We like to offer our corporate clients custom branding on their boxes, so their logo, custom ribbons, that sort of stuff to gift their clients. My problem is my printer have a minimum order requirement of 100 units. Often some of my clients only want to have 20, 30, 40, 50 boxes, but I need them to order 100 obviously. So my question to you is, how do I get around this required minimum order quantity that my printer has for me? Thanks, Kochie.
Thanks for your question, Catherine. Setting minimum ordering quantity terms is something, look, a lot of businesses have to do to protect their bottom line. But what would you say if I told you there is a perfect solution for you? Rebecca Burrows from Australia Post is here to tell us all about a service they call Brand Wrapped. It's a new service and allows businesses to order as many or as little print runs as they want. That's music to small business ears, Rebecca, and Catherine's.
Absolutely. We're so excited to launch Brand Wrapped. It's something that we've been looking at for small business for quite some time. And what it is it's a personalised packaging service for small businesses so they can have a minimum order as few as 10 units. It's called Brand Wrapped. It lets you create your own branded packaging to really create that unique experience for your customer, a lasting impression right down to the ribbon. You do it online all in one place, and rather than managing multiple suppliers or needing to order over 100 items, you can just order exactly what you want. Only order 10 items if that's all you need.
Look, that puts a small business up there with the big boys who are mass producing and can do all this. But how much creative input can Catherine have into the packaging?
Really, the world's her oyster. It's up to Catherine how creative she wants to be. We can go on there and you can order some of our standard packaging and just to have something standard, maybe stick a sticker on there, or you can create something that's really unique to your business. You can upload your logo, play around with the colours, put some pictures on there. You can make boxes and satchels, or you might just want to make some of those sort of finishing touches, things like wrapping paper or ribbons or stickers, and create your branded items that way.
Okay, so Because that whole experience, particularly with online shopping now, to differentiate yourself from the rest, that whole packaging experience is so crucial and builds enormous loyalty with your customers too, does it?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the unique things for small business is their ability to create those amazing customer experiences and something that's really unique and personalised. That's one of the trends that we really see for small business. And this allows small businesses to create that branded impression for their customer, which really leaves them wanting more. I mean, we've all stood at the post box waiting for our postie to come with our parcel, and imagine the delight on Catherine's customer's face when they get something that's unique and special for them or created by a Brand Wrapped.
Yeah, it is just fantastic. So up close and personal, I love it. It's a great service. Thanks so much to Rebecca for joining us. There you have it, Catherine. By using Brand Wrapped, you can order as many or as few as you want with your all-important personal touches included there to build that bond and that loyalty with your customer. Now, don't forget, if you've got a question you need to be answered by either myself or we bring in the experts when appropriate, send the question into kbb@pinstripemedia.com.au and leave it with us. Next week on the show, a flaming easy way to get your business online and how a regional guitar business strummed its way to success. See you next week for more Kochie's Business Builders.